do that before, but hey, Lucas. Oh my gosh. Thanks for agreeing to do this with me. And like I said before, it's just very laid back. And I just want you to tell the people what you feel, the things you've experienced, some of the emotions that you might have had working through all this process. And then also like talk about the results that you've gotten and where you've come from and where you're at and what you see is potential for the future. So I'm going to start with just a quick introduction of who you are and what it is that you do, and maybe a little about your business. And yeah.
Yeah, no, my name is Lucas McGreeny. I'm the owner of Van Solutions. We are a manufacturer's representative in the water and wastewater treatment industry. We pretty much boil it down to we sell equipment and processes to municipalities to treat their water, so can have a safer environment. Plus, people get clean drinking water and
Kind of important. Yeah.
Excuse me. A lot of people don't understand when they flush the toilet where it goes. That's where I come in, is where it goes. We sell equipment and treatment processes to the locations that do that.
That's awesome. So tell me, we started working together in 2017?
I think 2017 is really close to that. Yeah, that's when.
In 2017. So
yeah, 2007. We didn't have a website or anything. Well, we had a goofy logo too. All right, so we had a logo. I found like the weirdest font apparently that you can find on Word. So started that way. All we had is a name and a dumb logo, and we knew we had to have a website. And so I kind of started looking around, found you. It was just random, honestly. I think you're on Thumbtack, right? And yeah. I was like, you know what? She seems nice, right? And I didn't want anybody huge, right? I wanted somebody that I could, be personal with, I can talk to, be friends with. I think that's for me in my business, relationships drive almost everything. So I wanted that relationship when it came down to my website with my company. So so I think that's 2017, and we didn't have any money. We still don't have a ton of money, but you did a lot for us for a little bit, and I think that really helped me, trust you and the direction you wanted to go. And we didn't do very much, for the next 4 years, 5 years, and then recently we become more and more successful. So I wanted to show that in a new website, and that's when we started. I think it's been 6 months, 8 months during COVID that we've been able to really start, pounding out a cool new website that more people will want to copy coming the next couple months. But
tell me, where were you at in your business then when you started to work with me?
Where we were at the very beginning. I mean, I started being a rep about 6-8 months before that. I've been in the industry for many years, so being a sales guy in the industry was easy, but being an owner and a rep is a little more difficult. So yeah, we kind of started at ground zero, and kind of we need somebody's help, because I know a little about a lot. I don't know anything about a good website. I don't know, I know what I like, I know what I don't like, but I mean, that's kind of like buying a car. I know what I like and I don't like. I don't know how the engine works that well, right?
Right.
Well, no, I kind of know how an engine works. Maybe I don't know how a differential works, but other than that, that's how I looked at it. I wanted someone that knew it. I wanted an expert to help me out, because I wanted to look good on the internet where most people are going nowadays, right? So I want to look professional there too, because again, you want to look the part as much as you can fake it till you make it, right?
Yep.
And
yep.
as long as you make it, you're good to go.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. So how have you enjoyed the process of, so in the beginning, I just encouraged you. I think I remember you came to me for the website and you were like, I only have about this much money. And I was like, I can make something for you that's going to be great. It'll work for you in the meantime, because your budget was small. And I do like to work with small budgets too, because we can be very creative and get things out quickly. But I remember your logo actually, and I was like, I cannot say I did any work for you if I put this logo on something.
I joke all the time. I think that's the best money I spent ever, right? You helped create our logo, and I had I had the words and the colors I liked, but you're like, yeah, this is not going to do. I can't put my stamp on this if it goes like this. And so no, I love our logo, and you actually tweaked it, on the new website, and I like that even more. And I love the first one. I'm telling you, I put that thing on everything.
I remember, I think I have an email from you that says you put that shit on everything.
I mean, there's a monogram in place not too far down the road. She's like, no one's asked me to put it on that. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be there. Trust me, I'll bring something else coming in.
That's
Right.
awesome. I love
Yeah,
it.
because it's one of those things that if you have it, if it's yours, you want it to be everywhere, and so I'm proud of it that it's mine. I'm glad that you helped me out and made it look really good. I mean, just think if it was still that old logo, people wouldn't take me seriously.
Yeah.
So.
So, have you enjoyed your experience working with me and learning, I guess, over the years with me so far?
I've enjoyed it. We like I said, it all came down to relationship, and I think you and I have a really good relationship, and we talk about our families and other stuff too. You asked about windows and doors. My brother does windows and doors. I mean, I try to help you out. I feel more like you're a friend more than you are, someone that I pay to do work for me. I think that we have a really good relationship, and I can ask you for anything, or ask you for your opinion. I've enjoyed it. I mean, yeah, you get me out of my comfort zone. You think that I'm more than I think I am, so it's encouraging. And so
Oh,
uh,
that's
from day one, it's been great. I've not had a bad experience. I wish I could say that for everything I've done, everything I've spent money on, and on my business up to this point. And so you were one of the lucky stumbling, onto something that has really been helpful for me and my business.
Yay! Actually, I had somebody else say that the other day, so that feels good. Thank you for that. So tell me, what's the biggest aha moment you've had since working with me? There's got to be one. I know there is.
Oh man, there's like more than one. Man, there's a ton. I mean, you know, yeah, thinking about who I am and what I am in the business. I don't put myself in those shoes at all. Like, I still think I'm just a normal dumb sales guy that has been doing the same thing for many years. But I've got to. You've made me realize that I can be an expert on certain things. Even though my wife would tell me I'm not an expert in anything, but I can myself. I can tell people that I know it, right? And I think there's more of an aha moment that I should carry myself like that. I should bring myself out like that instead of the other side of things. But I mean, there's a ton. I mean, with regard to being on social media, or doing this kind of post or that kind of video, or it's worth the effort, worth what we should do now, because if you do it, let's not wait. Because if you wait, then you're going to be behind the times, and then you're just catching up. So I've had a lot of more of ahas. The logo was the big one too. I mean, it's like, it doesn't matter. But once it came out, I was like, oh crap! Now I really, I've always thought about that too. It's like, if it weren't for you, we, on that side of things, I think we would still look like a bunch of guys in a trailer, trying to figure out what to do. So,
Oh, that's funny. I like it. Okay, so tell me what kind of results you've seen implementing the thinking and the strategies and the design and the websites and all that stuff, lead
well,
generation, all that stuff. Tell me what kind of things, what kind of
well,
results.
it's more, and getting them is tough, right? Getting someone to jump onto it or reach back out to you is tough. I mean, I'm in an industry where I deal with a bunch of engineers that they have a different mindset, right? And so I'm trying to be in front of them as much as I can, because if you're not in front of them, then they forget about you, right? And so, but lead generation is something that I never thought of to do. Reaching out to folks that maybe I might be able to get in touch with, or might not. Maybe they'll spur one to the next. I've always thought that I need to get into the younger area, the younger generation, I'm not saying I'm old, but I'm not like old. But I think, there's a lot of things that I didn't know or don't know. And you really put that out there and say, you should be doing this, this, and this, so that people can see you. And that's the biggest part for me, is that I want to make sure that people are still saying, oh, I saw Lucas on, LinkedIn. I saw Lucas on Twitter. I want them to think about me all the time. And I don't think I thought about how to do that in a great way. Because of course I'm old enough to not to like a lot of the social media, because I don't know it. I guess if I knew it and I was good at it, I would probably do it more. But yeah, I think that was, that really kind of helped kind of go to the next level, right? And being on Google, right? And I know a lot more about SEO, but you have to have more to it to be on top, right? And I don't want somebody else to, be on top of me. And when they Google either my name or my logo, or not logo, my company name, or water treatment or wastewater treatment, I want to be the, top dog on that kind of thing. So a lot of that stuff goes in. You have to plan ahead for that. You just can't.
Yeah, I remember when you did your first website, because it was just a simple, pretty much essentially it was a one-page website with not a lot of guts or content. And so it didn't really do very well. And then I think we had some like weird coding issues. And so social, like SEO, you didn't even rank for like a while.
Yeah. And I reached out to GoDaddy and said, hey, can you help me out? Right. Yeah. and it helped a lot.
Yeah.
Not knowing either, and like we didn't have any money to spend, and we wanted to do simple, to the point, and that's kind of what I like to do anyway, right? I like it to be simple, direct to the point. I don't need any of the fluff or any of the other stuff.
Which is so funny, because now your current website is, I think it's so funny that we
a lot more fluffy.
It's got a lot, as well as direct and to the point, but it has more fluff and more knowledge behind it for SEO purposes. So I tried to keep that, like the copy and the writing very simple, but
me on that too. And I didn't, now that I know, I'm not saying that you're right by any means. No. That's part of it. That's part of it. It's like I didn't know what I didn't know, and you're pushing for me to do more and to be more. And I kept on, putting it off. And now that I know, maybe we should have done it earlier. So,
yeah.
But I also think if we did it earlier, we wouldn't have known that everybody was copying our website. I think we had to give them time to do it.
Yeah. So, are you curious? Do you think that we'll see a shift in the industry after this website?
Especially in my territory. Yeah, I think I don't know. Some of these guys, they may or may not change just because they're old school. They're older. They don't think of it. They still do print ads. And don't get me wrong, I think print ads have a place. But I don't read magazines. I'm on the internet, right? I think that's more of a shift of where it's going to go. Don't get me wrong, I still think having it out there every once in a while is great, but I'm not the one to pay for a magazine ad, just because I don't think it's going to reach enough people, right? And I think I can put it on 4 different sites, and eventually it'll reach more people, right? And so I think, yeah, my industry, I think they eventually will get to where we are, but I think we've gone leaps and bounds past the old website, which is what they looked at and started copying. And even like I told you this, even at the beginning, even with that website, I got so many compliments on it. Like everyone's like, "Oh, do you see Lucas's website?" And people would call me and say, "I like your website, and I've sent it to this guy and that guy." I was like, "Yeah, no joke. That sounds great." And it still, and it didn't dawn on me, then, which it makes a difference. I think I'm getting out of my own way more and more to stop assuming that I know everything and just kind of let it go.
Yeah. So, how has like these new strategies changed the way that you look at your business moving forwards? What do you see in the future, I guess, for Van Solutions?
Well, I see that I need to do different stuff, right? I need to think about every time I go somewhere, it could be an opportunity to promote myself, right? Video or picture or interview or anything. I think, and I think that with my industry, it's relationship driven, but I think a big part of that is they have got to have known me or seen me or something, right? So I think moving forward that the website and these videos and pictures and everything kind of get people to more relate or get to know me in a screen fashion, and so when when they see me out, they can talk to me. Hopefully, I bring. I'm a big balded beard man that can be intimidating and in real life apparently. Uh,
Nah.
people, people tell me that all the time, and I'm like, look, I'm friendly. I promise. I won't bite your head off or slam you to the ground. I'm usually super nice unless you make me mad, then that's a different story. But yeah, no, I mean, I think moving forward, it's only going to help, and I think I think this is a stepping stone for us to grow too. I was talking to Finn, my partner, about growth, and he's like, yeah, because we're planning on hiring somebody soon, and we're in different territories, and we're talking about how many we probably would need, and so we're growing. And I think part of it is that we're more accessible. We can be seen more. I think, and that we're gonna, the guy I'm planning on hiring, he's a young guy and he gets it, or he's gonna get it. I don't care if he likes it or not. He's gonna be because I mean that's the way things are going.
Yeah, I'm
So.
excited for you guys. I'm really excited. I think you have come a long way in the last 5 years from having no website to having a website to having the industry copy you, and now you have a new face and a new kind of foundation to move forward with. So I'm excited to see what happens in the next 4 or 5 years and how you guys grow. And I guess really I want to see, this is what I'm excited about. I actually never talk about what I'm excited about, but I wanted to share this just because I'm excited to see how the things that you've learned in the last 6 to 8 months kind of pan out. The leads that you're bringing in, the people, and how your website kind of lends that a hand to being professional but authentic, and starting to build relationships online. Because I know that that's one of the things that you were worried about coming forward, is like, how do I build relationships authentically through the internet during a pandemic? And so that's what I wanted to like push home with this website, is that you're a professional, you know what you're talking about, you know a lot about the industry, you know a lot about the products that you represent, you do all these things, but being able to still maintain that sense of professionalism, but also just relationship driven. And so we did video, we did copywriting, we did your website, we've done organic lead generation, we've done all these different things. We're going to do webinars soon. We're starting to do like offer education through your business. So all these things are like really great and big things. And so I'm excited to see what happens in the next 5 years for you. So
Like that's the thing, is that we come up with ideas that there's in my industry, my competitors, they don't do this kind of stuff, right? They don't have this kind of these ideas or even locations to find it on their website, So I want people to want to come and ask, right? That's the biggest deal. And I mean, I did, that it's tough. I want them to come and ask, but I want them to look first and then come in.
yeah, I know.
It's it's a tough industry that I'm in, just because of it's a bunch of engineers that there are a lot of guys are they're introverted, and it's not by fault. I mean, it's because they're smart folks and they think of it that way. They don't think of it in the way others would, or I would, or anybody would. They're it clicks for them differently, and so thinking about that and thinking about younger folks coming in and how they're going to do it, I'm trying to just be open to everything. Right? So
sounds like you're starting to think about your ideal customers more. I know that that's a big thing too, is trying to like say, well, what is it that your customers appreciate? What like what are their problems? What are their struggles? Was all like I'm always asking you those things. Well, what do you think your customers? What is it the struggle that they're dealing with? How is it your solution? How do you serve the solution to them? How do you solve their problem? And so I think that you definitely have learned that in the last few years too.
is to think about it in that fashion. I just was also, I know what they want, right? But I've never, it's because usually they ask, right? But I got to start thinking about what do they need. You know what I mean? How to be there when they need it, or how to be there when they don't even know that they need it. So I think that's kind of how I'm looking at things, future wise too.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Lucas, for doing this. I appreciate it. And
Yep.
I'm excited
Anytime.
to see how your business goes forward. So thanks again.
No, thanks, Heather.
I gotta figure out how to stop recording it. There we go.